Welcome to Meet the Candidates, a League of Women Voters ABC forum for candidates running for Fridley Council Ward 3. Thank you to the candidate who is present this evening and the City of Fridley for making this event possible. This year, League of Women Voters is generally holding our Meet the Candidates forums without an audience to avoid COVID-19 spread. I'm Wes Volkanet, member of the Anoka, Blaine, Coon Rapids Area League of Women Voters, and a resident of Andover. I do not have a vote for this city council position. The League of Women Voters does not support or oppose any political parties or candidates for office. The League does help citizens become informed voters and advocates for important issues. That is what this forum is about, informing voters. If you are interested in the League, visit our webpage at LWV ABCMN.org. Women, men like myself, and young people are invited to join. Both of the candidates this evening were invited to this forum. Unfortunately, due to work commitments, Ibsen Gabriel was not able to attend at the time of this taping. Ibsen Gabriel provided us with a copy of their answers to the opening 2 questions we sent each candidate. And Bolkcom is with us for this taping. I will be directing 2 90-second introductory questions to her, followed by Ibsen Gabriel's responses, which I will be reading for them. As well, we will be asking about 10 minutes worth of questions that the League received from the public prior to this forum. We will be ending this session with Ms. Bolkcom's closing statement. Answers to the submitted questions are limited to 1 minute unless otherwise noted. So let's get started with this first introductory question. I'll direct this to Ms. Bolkcom. What is your motivation to run for this office, and what experience or knowledge would help you to serve effectively?
Good afternoon. I want to first of all thank the League for having this candidate forum here today. What do I bring? I have been a council member and am a council member now. I bring some past history of what goes on. I'm one of those people that really ask a lot of questions. So I don't just rubber stamp something, and sometimes I'm actually given a little grief, maybe that, from one of the other council members, but I have the history and I ask questions. I'm not just going to say yes to something. I think about how it impacts whoever the decision is made for, and I think I'm responsible, and so those are my main attributes. And what motivates me is I'm so excited. I sat in this building as an example and look around and what a beautiful campus this is, and how it's really, I think, is like our downtown, because we don't really have a downtown. And it's places like tonight, there's going to be a music in the park or music on the plaza. And it just brings people, and every time I come here, there's different people that come, and it's a family event, and it's just great. So I think we're just continuing to build on that. So.
Very good. I'm going to now read Ibsen Gabriel's reply to the same question. The question again is, what is your motivation to run for this office, and what experience or knowledge would help you to serve effectively? I think for the most part, the City of Fridley has been doing a good job in most areas. I believe we as citizens should be more involved in our local government than we have been. Every year, I see the same faces running for office, mostly unopposed. While some of our elected leaders have been doing a good job, this shouldn't keep others from being involved in our communities. While I respect our leaders, I do believe we should have diverse opinions in our government. I believe we have similar views on our goals for the city to make this a safe and prosperous community. I am a strong believer in a small, accountable government. I also believe that serving our communities where possible is a duty we owe our next generations, and by not running for office and allowing our leaders to stay in office for over 20 years, we're doing ourselves a disservice. I hope to encourage others to be informed and involved in our local government and hopefully run for office, even if it's for a seat I hold. I currently serve in the Charter Commission, and I have been following rules, laws, and policy in most aspects of government for the past 18 years. I try to get the word out on important issues to others in person or social media. I've been a tax specialist for the past 17 years, not just preparing tax returns, but also explaining tax laws to my customers. Also, for the past 10 years, I have been working as a warehouse manager where I manage not just the inventory, shipping and receiving, but also manage employees. Thank you. The second introductory question is, what are your goals for the future of Fridley Ward 3?
My goals. My goals are to continue the work we have. We have a very robust park improvement that's just starting. We've had, just on Saturday, had our last event where over 250 people attended. I think we need to continue to look at some of our blighted property. We need to look at traffic concerns and safety on, let's face it, we have a couple of freeways here. We have University and Central, and we do have some, and overall just keeping our city vibrant, continue to have lots of different types of housing, and which we have now, and just, I came from that event where there's 3 different housing there for seniors, and then there's some control rent ones, and then there's the regular, so that's a couple of my things. Yes, I think everyone needs to be involved, and I do believe in the, since we did the park improvement program and we did the whole safety program, I was amazed how many people got involved and came here, sat for hours in this building in a very nice time of the year and talked about what they think we need to do for our parks, what they need to do for our safety on our highways, and I think we just need to continue to build on that.
Very good. I will read the question as Ibsen Gabriel then responded to it. What are your goals for the future of Fridley Ward 3? My main goal for this position is to help neighbors understand and be more involved in our local government. As our population grows, we have a more diverse population, and with that comes different challenges. One of the things I have heard about through the years talking with people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, and lifestyles is, how can we get more representation for all? As a Latino growing up in different communities, I have come to realize how we all want the basic needs. We just go about explaining what we want in different ways, but in reality, it's all very similar. We want safe communities, opportunities to grow in our own way, and freedom, smaller government in all aspects of government. What we fail to see is that we need more understanding on what this means to others that are different from us. Instead of focusing on shared values, we focus on the things that divide us because those seem to be highlighted more. My goal is to bring awareness to this while educating our neighbors, while doing our best to keep this area as safe as possible with a good business environment. This will require a lot of work, and anyone that has worked with me or for me can tell you that I have that work ethic. All right. We're going to turn to the submitted questions, and since Mr. Gabriel is not here this evening, I will just be directing them to Ms. Bolkcom. And the first of these questions is, MnDOT surveyed Fridley residents this past summer. So let's get your thoughts on their question. What's your vision for the future of University Avenue and Central Avenue?
Great question. Again, I want to go back to the number of people that came for those 4 sessions and are continuing to work with both the city and MnDOT. And I think this is the first time, I think, in the years that I've been around, is that MnDOT is really listening. They want to help us. They want to help us find funds. They want to help us control the traffic, control the speeds and the safety. And we've had some terrible accidents and fatality on our two freeways here. So it continues. I was just at one of the last forums, and it was so cool that they had all these different little things that people were marking. So there is going to be money. It's not going to be tomorrow, but there is definitely federal funds that can come back to our state. And even, I think there's just been a change at MnDOT too. They want to be part of the solution. So.
Thank you. Now, for both Ms. Bolkcom and for the viewing public, we had several questions that came in related to the Master Parks Plan and to Moore Lake Park improvements.
Great.
This one, we're going to give you 2 minutes to reply because it combines more than one question. So let me know if I need to repeat.
Okay.
What is your opinion of how the city developed the Master Parks Improvement Plan and the method of funding that was used, and how it affects Ward 3 in particular? And what are you most looking forward to with the upgrades to Moore Lake Park?
Okay. So as far as the development, I go back to that there were the sessions that we had here. It was, and there were people of all colors, creeds, ages, people that had no children or were gray hairs, as I call them, myself included. But people were really engaged. What they wanted, and we really are taking a whole different approach with parks now. Because people don't do the same things. Kids don't do, it used to be every kid played baseball or softball. And so there's just a lot of more different kinds of activities that kids can do. But we also are very concerned about how do we get people to our parks, because not everyone has a car, not everyone has a bike. And so we're going to have, it's incredible. I think Moore Lake's going to be, just even all the people that went online and filled out the surveys. So I don't believe in any way that this is being done by the city and the city only doing it and not involving people. We've given people a lot of opportunities, and I think we need to continue to develop that energy and that synergy that's going on with our parks. And not only this park, but all the other parks to come. We had 2 community groups of people from many different ages and different philosophies, and they came together and said, this is what we need to do. So going to the funding piece of it, it's not that it doesn't cost money, but it's going to be $12 additional a month is what it comes down to. So yes, it is money, and it will impact some people, but I think it's a good way to do this. And we have a very strong financial director that helped us figure out how to get that money in right away, and we can invest some of that money because it's easier for us.
So let's change gears. Let's go to a recent city council topic.
Okay.
With the recent completion of updates to the city charter, is there a piece of the city code that has not yet been explored, that is, as I understand it, still to come, that you would like to see the Planning Commission consider and recommend as an update for the city council's consideration?
I don't really think so. At the top of my head, I would have to have conversations with the city staff and we as city council members. What we do is go through our city manager. So we are doing a lot of updating on our codes, and we continue to do that. So I'm not sure what that reference is. So it's probably came from one of the charter commission members. So I would need more information, I think, to understand which one they're talking about. So.
Very good.
I'm open to it. That's why we have, they're not elected, and they do a lot of hard work, and they fine tune things and make things easier. And I think that's part of the whole thing with the charter and our city code, is to make sure that it's not a bunch of jargon and people understand what's there. And we have really good staff here that if they don't understand it, they can call and ask questions. So, or email them. So.
Very good. All right. Next, we turn to a budgetary question.
Okay.
Is there a specific area or areas of the city budget, either in revenue or expenditures, that you have a particular interest in? If so, why?
Well, I think as a city council member, you have to be involved in all of those. You need to know. We spend a lot of time over many months going over the budget. We just had another meeting last night, a pre-meeting, a conference meeting beforehand. It's all important, and definitely sometimes you have to make some changes and you have to maybe not do some things. But I think we're in a very good financial state. We've done some moving of some. We used to always count on the money that we received from the state and use that money, but now we're putting it more in our capital investment program, and we're able to, because it's in the capital investment program, we can also then do things where we don't have to go out and get a loan. So we're saving money overall there. So I think we're in a very financial good state. So
Very good. Now, we'll be doing one last question, and then I will be giving you a chance to do your closing statement. So our final question returns us back to Ward 3.
okay.
Is there an issue unique to Ward 3 that you are especially concerned over?
Yes. East River Road is supposed to be kind of a calm road, and there's a lot of speeding going down East River Road. Matter of fact, I asked the Director of Public Safety to put out the speed board, and we have some pretty significant numbers, like someone going 67 miles an hour on a 45-mile-an-hour zone. It changes because it's 40 towards and it's 45 when you get further up north. But it's just a freeway. And our Director of Public Safety actually jokes a little bit about that they give an award for whoever gets the most speeding tickets. And it's always someone that's there patrolling is East River Road. That's one. And I think the way it looks, Anoka County, it's their road. And I actually had a conversation with both with the Anoka County and our public safety, or our Director of Public Works. So I can maybe just keep on talking, can I? Because the time's up. So we got a lot of bent signs, and I said, why don't you go down Silver Lake Road? Look at Silver Lake Road. It's the same kind of road, probably the same amount of traffic, but they don't have all these bent signs that are rusted and says, do not enter here, do not enter here. And probably been 10 years ago or more, Anoka County met with us and talked about, let's make it more of a passive place.
I think our timer is letting you know that the time did expire.
Okay.
So with that, we had told you ahead that you would have a chance to prepare a closing statement. So we will turn to you providing us with that statement at this time.
So I want to finish up on East River Road. We have some really good programs now for improving homes. We do have some homes that need some upkeep. We have a pretty aggressive code enforcement. It's pretty easy for people sometimes just to start packing things in their backyard, but thinking that that's actually someone else's backyard too, that looking into there. So it's something we have to keep on top of. We have the HRA has great programs it's called. So basically, if you want to like improve your face of your home, like you can do new windows, you can do some type of planting. We're doing pollinator type things. Oh, my time's almost up. Okay, so I think I've been a good council member. I want to continue to be a good council member and be your council person in this fall. And I think I bring a lot of good things, not only as a council person, but I'm a female, and I'm the only female. So that's diversity too. So I thank the league again for this opportunity, and thank you so much. Have a great summer.
Thank you, Ms. Bolkcom. Thank you for sharing your views with the public and by participating in our Meet the Candidates Forum this afternoon. Thank you again to the City of Fridley for hosting and recording this League of Women Voters Forum. The League of Women Voters has supported informed voting for over 100 years. In the year 2022, we have many options for how we vote. we can start to vote as soon as September 23rd, as early voting is available in the state of Minnesota. Please exercise your right to vote. For more information about the election, about who the candidates are on the ballot, for how to vote, please visit mnvotes.org. This is a site that is set up by the state of Minnesota, and it will answer many questions you may have on how to vote. And with that, I will say good evening.